This season, now he's won 3 of the last 7 races and won 5 in all this year. Todd Gordon and his driver Joey Logano celebrating with their team in Kansas Speedway's victory lane. Top 10 finishers today.
Interesting mix of chasers there. Some guys, Kyle Busch certainly looking for a good run here, was able to make that happen.
You mentioned Martin Truex and Austin Dillon cracking the top 10. Kyle Larson finishing second today. Jamie?
Well, he got out of his car and he said, if we were just in the chase, no kidding, you're knocking off these top 5s. Where was Joey just a little bit better than you at the end?
I don't know if he was any better than us. I don't know if I was better than him. I thought we were pretty equal. We were running about the same laps there the last run, and our target Chevy was really good. We had to work on it there. Some of the first run we were pretty loose and got some track position and held it the rest of the race. And just a good finish. Just we were so even. I couldn't do anything. I was hoping I could get a run on him in traffic, but all the lappers were giving us the top, so it kind of made it pretty easy for him to run the top. But another second, can't be too disappointed in it. The wins will be coming, so I just got to be patient. Like I've said, every time I've been in the top 3, I think getting close like this is just going to make the win feel that much better. So thanks to Chip, Felix, Target, everybody that sponsors this race car. We've been really fast lately, so we can start clicking off some wins.
Kyle Larson said, next week is another mile and a half. Look out. Let's go to Doc.
With Brad Keselowski. Brad, what happened with the right front?
Yeah, we a little tired. Not really sure why. Just didn't really have an aggressive setup or anything in the car. Just a little tired.
Any warning at all, or any idea beforehand you were having an issue with the right front?
Nah, it's just Russian roulette. It was our turn.
Brad Keselowski finishes 36th.
Jeff Gordon finishes 14th on the afternoon. A lot of contact out there, and then several tire issues. What did you experience today, Jeff?
It was a handful, that's for sure. I mean, we were having a pretty solid day with our drive-in Hunger Chevrolet until the one car got loose and got into our left rear. It was just way over his head. I know he had a good car, he's been running good, but he just got loose, got into me, got me in the wall. We had no damage, but we lost all that track position, and it's so hard to get it back at this place. And we somewhat got it back, and in that last restart, I was just real loose. I've been a little loose, but not that loose, and we just fell back. It just wasn't good, and we just kind of struggled and hung on there. But a lot of people had trouble today, so today was a real survival day. We did that. I just felt like we could have finished a lot better than that. We had a good race car. We actually really had a great race car.
You're going to another good Jeff Gordon track next week.
Kyle Busch finally gets it done after all these years. A top 5 at Kansas. You finished 3rd, even after a speeding penalty. What does that say about this team moving forward in the chase, Kyle?
Well, it says good things about us. This M&M's Camry was awesome today. I can't say enough about Dave Rogers and the Fighting This 18 bunch. They've done a really good job this year, this chase time, and it's a matter of just trying to keep piecing these things together like that. So, mile and a halfs haven't been our strong suit this year. I think our best finish is a 3rd, maybe it's a 2nd in Kentucky, but we know we got some work to do in our program. Those 2 guys up front just left us. They were flat out flying today. And I'm sure there were a couple other cars that were good enough to finish, 3rd, 4th, 5th. We probably were about 6th or 7th, but we'll take a 3rd. It feels good to come out here, especially Kansas, get a top 5 here. And, I think it's just, for me, it's all about places widening out. You got to have options. And places that you run one lane all around the bottom, Michigan here, until they're seasoned, those repays are just no fun because it's just follow the leader, But here today, it was all over the place. I'm actually shocked we got up to the wall today. So, pretty impressive. It's fun to do, and again, great job, my guys.
All right, good news for Kyle Busch. We're going on to Charlotte next week.
Kevin Harvick come back to 12th this afternoon. Kevin, how would you assess the day?
I thought I had a flat tire and pitted just because you see all the trouble that's going on. So missed it a little bit on the handling today. We qualified well and had good track position, and that saved us at the beginning of the race. And then I just when I thought I had a flat, got us behind.
What explanation did you get about that, and do you have any idea then what it was?
Didn't turn.
Car did not turn. That was what he said based on what he was feeling, and it was time to come to pit road.
And and Denny Hamlin brings it home 7th today. You guys ran up there in the top 10 the whole time. You had good speed, unlike your teammates in qualifying. What does it say about you guys as you move forward here with 2 more to go in this round?
Well, you know, it's kind of a best case scenario for us with our FedEx Office team. Just, you know, solid day. We didn't think we were going to contend for a win here today, but we knew we could contend for a top 5, top 10 finish, and we did, and that's kind of best case scenario. So proud of our team, no mistakes on dirt road, just nice smooth day. Saw those guys around us having a lot of issues, and you know, we don't have a lot of the speed that those guys have, so maybe if we can get them out in this round, then they give us a fighting chance when we get to the end of this thing.
That's pretty good. You have an electrical issue, and you still say you have a smooth day. That's Denny Hamlin, Nicole.
Well, the racing does continue tonight. The NHRA, they're in Reading, Pennsylvania. Finals tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern on ESPN2. The next weekend, we are in Charlotte, as everyone has been telling you. Friday night, 7 o'clock Eastern on ESPN2. That is the Nationwide Series race. And, of course, the only night race of the Chase, the Bank of America 500 at Charlotte. Saturday night, 7 o'clock Eastern. Join us on ABC. Inside the Quick Loans ESPN pit studio after what can only be described as a almost disastrous day for Hendrick Motorsports. Jimmy Johnson, 40th, his worst performance in the Chase since Homestead in 2005.
Yeah, we really thought he was going to turn it around these mile-and-a-half racetracks, but he just didn't get going all day long and ends up getting himself in a wreck with Greg Biffle, tears his car to smithereens, and all of a sudden then we got Dale Jr. in the wall. We got the 5-car Casey Kane in the wall. We got the 24-car Jeff Gordon having problems. All the Hendrick Motorsports cars today had big problems, and so they got to lick their wounds ahead and get over to Charlotte and try to fix up over there, that's for sure.
Let's talk about Ryan Newman. When he entered this day, we talked about how consistently average he had been. Today, not so average.
Well, he ran well, and what we mentioned earlier is he's harder to pass than a kidney stone.
That's the word.
Very difficult to get around, but had a good day, put himself in good position, had good pit stops, had a chance to restart on the front row there, two restarts ago. Wasn't able to hold all that track position, but was able to stay up, keep himself in the top 6. Good day for Ryan Newman.
Boy, surprising day.
Yeah, it was.
Cannot wait to see how the rest of this is going to play out, Alan.
All right, Nicole, thanks. And the next stage on which this chase will play out will be Charlotte Motor Speedway, with a race next Saturday night under the lights, the overnight race of the chase, and then, of course, Talladega. And then the next round, Martinsville, Texas, and Phoenix before the championship deciding race in South Florida. Join us at the track. I highly recommend it. It's going to be a lot of fun seeing how these final 6 races play out. Now, we stood here about 3.5 hours ago with Dale and Andy and talked about how drivers were looking at this contender round as being the most difficult one in the chase, or the one that made them the most nervous, and how this Kansas racetrack was so tricky. What we saw today was a difficult race, but not for reasons we expected.
No, certainly not. You know, we were trying to see who was going to make mistakes, who was going to get themselves involved in crashes, but we ended up with some issues that I don't think the teams expected, and certainly Goodyear didn't either, but it certainly has shaken things up. We don't see a top 8 that we were kind of expecting, and some that we thought were going to be in that still are a ways back. So, very interesting race. It's going to make these next 2 even more important for these drivers as they try to catch up.
Yeah, one thing we expected was like a narrow groove, fast speeds, and some people getting out of shape and crashing. We saw the opposite of that. We saw a tremendous racetrack. I mean, the thing got really wide all the way through the corner, some good racing. But what a devastating day for Hendrick Motorsports. I mean, 3 of their cars are right now on the outside looking in, and Gordon is right there on the bubble spot. So it's really going to be a tough round for them.
And with the anything can happen nature of Talladega, where the 4-driver elimination will happen, big pressure on next Saturday night's 500-miler in Charlotte. Joey Logano, we know, is through onto that 3rd round of the chase, and let's talk with some more drivers with good finishes today. Down to Dr. Jerry Punch.
With Ryan Newman just climbing out with a 6th place finish, Ryan. You guys had what looked like a really good car all day. Take us through that last restart. You're the leader. It looked like they shuffled on both sides.
Yeah, I was a leader in a sit and duck, I felt like. The first restart, I got a push, I think it was from the 22, and he shot me out just enough that I could run around the 18. But the next restart, I saw Kyle out there, and he was gaining, and I thought to myself, blocking was probably not the best thing to do in this position. So I think a lot of other guys were having a bad day. Could have been a little bit more aggressive on my part, but that would have put him more aggressive if he was in a bad mood. So good run for the Caterpillar Chevrolet. Got to thank all the guys to come from 17th up to 6th, and felt like we had definitely a top 3 or 4 car. Obviously, some other guys had some misfortunes, but that's part of the game.
Well done by Ryan Newman.
So Casey Kane finishes 22nd on the afternoon. It seemed like parts of today were really good, and then other parts of it not so much.
Man, the whole race was good, except
You know, we had a run third, we had something going on. I was catching the leaders again. The last half of the run, I could usually catch the leaders, and I was slowly reeling them back in, and something happened to my tire. I was just ready to crash for a lap and made it to pit road before it blew. And then we got behind and tried to come from 19. You know, on the outside, I already passed like probably 5-6 cars, and was feeling pretty good, and I just lost the back, hit the wall, and my day was over at that point. But we had a great Farmers Insurance Chevy. The pit crew and pit stops were awesome. The guys prepared a good car, and Kenny called a great race. So it was all there. We had an easy top 3 car.
Casey heads to Charlotte, where he's won before.
So ground to be made up for Kane, Kozlowski, Bernhardt Jr., and Jimmy Johnson. Right now, the 4 drivers on the outside of the top 8 looking in. And for Joey Logano, another tremendous performance.
Yeah, they certainly showed themselves. He talked about they could win a championship. They certainly can. But we're going to a tough, fast racetrack for 500 miles Saturday night. They could shuffle this up even more.
Yeah, it was a solid run for like the 18, the 99, 31. They're solidly in this thing now.
Primetime doubleheader in Charlotte, Friday night the Nationwide Series, ESPN2, and Saturday night's Bank of America 500 on ABC. That's next weekend's NASCAR action. SportsCenter is next with more coverage from here in Kansas and the rest of the day's sporting news. Joey Logano wins today in Kansas City.
For 12 drivers, the new path to the Cup is simple. Race, win, repeat.
Sun in their eyes and backs to the fences. We didn't know
How do you think that's all?
Oh, trouble. Right side, all beaten up on the 88 car.
Bracket left in the wall.